Obviously, you're familiar with Einstein. Now, Einstein calculated that the faster we go, the slower time goes, and conversely, the slower we go, the faster time goes. When an object's speed increases towards the speed of light, time moves more slowly. Okay, that's his observation, and definitely it is true, could be true. Don't forget, everything is changing, everything is being tested. Now, why is this true? Is that when you are in a zone, time seems to be moving towards more and more into stillness. When you're in the zone, let's say you are reading a book and you're really enjoying the book, you lose track of time, because time, in a way, in itself, as you move into stillness, time itself moves into stillness. So it seems like it's moving slower. So that's the zone. Now, some of you may be finding that in your life today that time may be moving slower because you are doing things which you are passionate about and you are always in the zone. You love what you're doing, you are focusing, so you may not notice time. I'm actually that sort of person. For years, in fact, since childhood, I would never wear a watch. I did not want to really associate with time. Somehow it was intrinsic within me. And so I realized also since I was a child, I was very focused. Thank you, Nisha. Now, yes, when you're in the zone, you may find that according to Einstein, right, the faster we go, the slower time goes. Okay? But another perspective is that time seems to speed up when we're really busy. Find that last year just seemed to pass by, and you can't believe, I can't believe that 2017 is over so quickly. It's amazing. And I ask people, same thing. Now, is it going to happen this year? Then again, this is different from Einstein's perspective. The faster we go, time seems to slow down. But then again, what's the concept of faster? Now, we find ourselves, we're doing what we love, and we're going in the zone, and then at the same time is moving so fast. Two different perspectives, really. Now, then again, this makes us question what's really happening. Time really is a parameter that we can manipulate. Okay? It's a parameter. Now, those who understand about how we're moving from third dimension, fourth dimension, and fifth dimension, once we go into fourth dimension, time becomes a parameter in our life to a point that we can actually manipulate it. It's like taking a piece of paper and you're drawing a square. Now, you are the drawer of the square. Now, you decide to change one parameter, which is the two opposite sides, and you decide to make it longer. And then you make the opposite sides longer, and you have a rectangle. So you change that parameter. Now, when we go beyond 3 dimension to 4 dimension and beyond, we can start manipulating time. So it means that time becomes another parameter and we can control time. Now, I remember that I had this incident like about 3 years ago, and I had a project. I had to go through a whole project, intense project, the whole day. In fact, it required about 3 people, and somehow I had manpower issues. It was a project for the Ministry of Defense. It was 3-4 years ago, and I went to meditation that morning. I woke up early morning, 5 o'clock, and I said, "Oh my goodness, I have only myself. I don't have enough manpower. What do? I really need to do this project fast. I need to be able to do it easily and not be late in any way, because this is a project with the defense. So I had gone into such that strong desire in my heart, in my mind, that I really, in a way, I was manipulating time that day. So I remember, because I had prayed so much last night, I had gone to prayer meditation so much last night, I woke up a bit late. And I thought, my goodness, I'm going to get late. Somehow, I remember I grabbed the public transport and I was able to somehow, I remember the public transport was leaving. And then somehow it appeared again. Even though there was supposed to be a gap in the public transport. It was supposed to arrive 20 minutes later, but it arrived only 5 minutes later. Because I had originally missed it. But I somehow manipulated the incident that I managed to get the transport, arrived on time, was able to do an entire project which requires at least 3-4 people, because I had set the intention. Time no longer became a factor. It was something which required actually more, like I said, 3 times more effort, manpower effort, did it 3 times as one person. So that's the thing, the time is relative to us. I had moved myself beyond 3-dimensional because I had gone into that state. I placed that intention. I put that in my meditation, that I want to be able to manage that time because I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice, and I can do it. So it's not just me, it's every one of us. So the thing is that what I'm saying is that we have the power to connect with our Creator, and we can actually manipulate time. The perspectives of whether time is moving faster or time is moving slow, it really depends on us. So people say that, oh, time is moving so fast, but you can set the intention that you don't let yourself be managed or controlled by time. And then you can do so much more in a day, so much more in a year. So it's a parameter. As long as it remains in 3D state, it is something we can't control. Right. So, there is a duality in time. Now, isn't that interesting? There's a duality in everything. There's no fixed answer. There are 2 sides of the coin. Now, the concept of time is speeding up phenomena is actually preparing us for a higher dimensional earth, which is the high dimensional us. We are not separate from the earth. Time is speeding up. I'm going to read this part. Time is speeding up because creation is speeding up. We are co-creators, remember that. In other words, more was happening in less time. When more is possible to happen in every moment, there is more possible outcomes which can open up the door to miracles. The very fact that we are moving into a space, or we allow ourselves to move into a space that we can manage time as a parameter, we move into the realm of miracles. Because the realm of miracles is in the realm of eternity. And the realm of eternity is when we realize that we are co-creators. Co-creators are actually at one with God. And God resides in the realm of eternity. And that's where miracles happen. Now, back to the part where time is speeding up from the perspective of how we're moving from 3rd dimension to 4th dimension and beyond, is because The reason we cannot physically see higher dimensions is because they are vibrating at a higher rate. Right? So there is a mismatch. It's like, for example, having a conversation with someone, and that person speaks in a different way, and you speak in a different way. So there is a mismatch. So there is no cohesiveness or coherence between both people who are speaking. So same thing. When we are shifting to higher dimensions, we allow ourselves to vibrate higher through meditation. Right? Through meditation, we move into a state that we become at a higher rate in sync with the vibration of the higher realms. So that aspect, we feel that time is speeding up. We are like flowing river. Everything is much faster. We can create things faster. It's like, for example, imagine yourself, you had to imagine creating a house, okay? Takes a few months. But if we can actually manipulate time to a point, the time becomes a parameter that is no longer, that you decide no longer to be a controller of your reality. It can be instantaneously, that house can be instantaneously created. I actually have testimonies of something like this, and I encourage you to read it in my book of instantaneous creation. We are instantaneous co-creators. And this is actually another reason why I picked this topic about time and how time is speeding up, and how, okay, from that perspective of time speeding up, how we are actually instantaneous co-creators. Nothing is really fixed in terms that it can only be done in 1 hour, it can only be done in 5 hours, it can only be done in a month. We remove that, we manipulate that, and I've actually experienced that in my own life. I want to share about this law, okay? If you have heard of it, all right, it's called the law of accelerative returns. That the rate of progress of an evolutionary process increases exponentially over time. Some people say, some scientists say, some spiritualists say, some even pastors say that this year is going to be like 1 year, is going to be like 10 years. What's going to happen normally in 1 year will happen 10 times more this year, if you believe that, if you are willing to understand the fact that there is the law of accelerated returns that's happening right now, and because of the fourth dimension, fifth dimension we are moving towards, and we are changing. So, now the other aspect. Now ask anyone who is in technology. Ask anyone who is really in the startup field, who is innovating, let's say AI, or innovating new systems, let's say blockchain, all that. Ask them how it is like in their company. They will tell you that things are moving so fast that they cannot keep up. It is not like before. And trust me, I've been in technology for 18 years. I haven't seen this kind of advancement. Now this is technological evolution. Then there is biological evolution. Technological evolution is like 1 year is 10 years or more, even 20 years. Biological evolution is us and our relationship with time, and how we're changing, how we are evolving, is also moving, because at the soul level, we know that we need to be at par or ahead than the technological evolution. Which is why if we truly believe that we are supposed to accelerate so much at this point of time, partly because technology is also moving so quickly. Law of accelerated returns by Ray Kurzweil talked about this, that biologically and spiritually we are supposed to be on par and ahead. Which is why a person like myself in business, 18 years, technologist, doing projects with government in multiple countries, doing those kind of things which are so much in the world, has come to a realization that I cannot depart or separate myself from the spiritual aspects, because it is for my own advancement now. I cannot delay it. I cannot put it aside as it's for someone who is spiritual. No. We're all supposed to be part of going through that process. So, I want to read one thing in my book. Okay? It is from page 335. All right? It's a little bit of a long passage, but I thought it would be interesting to you. Marianne is a character in my book. Marianne's message continued to read. You were in a relay race as a young athlete. She was talking to me. Weren't you? The race is on. And time is of essence. We need to complete the race. We do not have the luxury of time. There is a need to accomplish so much more in less time. So many lessons to learn. Free and responsible. We need to be in charge of our own future. Awareness that time is now. The past like an old frame. Awareness that past like an old frame, an old photograph that can refer to for lessons learned, but to which we have no attachment. We have to keep moving higher. Always higher. Always progressing in an upward trend. To reach a point that our meditations have gone to such a deep level. Our minds become more and more luminous. Like a newborn child, the truth reveals itself with an elevated excitement in the voice. Imagine a high voltage current passing through you. See how that feels. A greater power will be within the spirit. Our energy field to accelerate and decelerate at will. Accelerate and decelerate. Our energy field, accelerate and decelerate at will. Again, that impacts time. Feeling the energy of his words and visualizing the urgency, I imagine us responding to change and to move forward like quantum-powered golden horses. I explain about the symbolism of the golden horse in my book, which I encourage you to read it. Moreover, I imagine that the shared energy frequency in the new world, we are moving into a new world. We are already in a new world for some of us. Everything is abstract. It is beyond our conscious mind. Shared energy of the energy frequency in the new world would be much higher than before. Now, Dr. Rodriguez is a character in my book. Now, he asked a rhetorical question. Did you know that there is an unofficial fact that knowledge doubles every 2.5 years on average, where before knowledge of mankind would double every 2,000 years? That's a superlative in terms of acceleration. Perhaps the theory and practice of horology would become outdated. What is horology? Horology is the science of time. Some scientists believe, that we will reach a point that time will completely stop. Again, abstract, all right? True or not, we don't know. But then again, some say it's moving faster, some say it's moving slower, some say it's stopped. Like I said, time itself is a parameter we're no longer at mercy of. So we become more and more like master co-creators, master alchemists, as we become more and more one with God. And that's why it's so important right now for everyone. It doesn't matter who you are, to understand the urgency and the focus. This is also the reason why I do these sessions 3 times a week, because I want to pass on this knowledge. I don't want you just to wait for you to read my book. Some of you have. But of course, to go deeper, I encourage you to buy it and read it. But I'm giving you some knowledge that what's important right now. Don't put it aside. Don't say, I want to just accumulate wealth. Don't say, I'm too busy. Make it a part of your life. Go and start working on becoming master co-creators in your life right now, in who you are. So, I'm going to read this little poem, okay? It's a little piece of advice, actually. It is not time to be ready. It is time to be. It is here and now to be all in. Deep cries into the deep. And when the Spirit of the Lord comes, wisdom comes. We need to acquire as much wisdom as we can right now. And I thank you for listening in, and to learn more about my updates and the talks. There is actually an event coming up on Tuesday that's more on wellness. That's important. I have information on my books. Go to tahiraamirkhan.com, and I thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you in part 2 in an hour's time. Thank you.